What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. I do not like talking about this, but this got to be talked about. This vlog is about the Geraldo Rivera, George Zimmerman, Frank Taffield, and L.A.R mindset. The reason I brought that up is because I saw that this Geraldo decides to say that hoodies were the problem. Wearing a hoodie and being black or Latino, black, wearing a hoodie for somebody who's black, who's like me, or who's Latino, is a bad idea because it makes people automatically stereotype you as a gangster. Okay. You see, this is the problem. That's a cop out. And it's a cop out in so many ways that, why don't you just say the truth? You're a punk. You're scared of people who look intimidated. Because he just said black and Latino couldn't wear a hoodie. He didn't say white people couldn't wear a hoodie. He didn't say Asian people couldn't wear a hoodie. See, he was specific. And he said he has a son, and he tells his son, don't wear your hoodie and don't sag your pants. Now, as a parent, I will say this. As a parent, as an adult, as somebody who's worn hoodies, who has sagged their pants, I always took offense to old pieces of whatever like this because they all the same. Larry Elder, they all the same because it is fact. They act like people don't grow up and change the way they dress. So they always addressing this hoodies and sagging pants to the intimidating ones. Okay, so who's intimidating? Because the most people who do that are between elementary school and maybe fresh out of college. So you trying to tell me kids and young men scare you as a grown man? You ain't a grown man. And if you are a grown man and you using that excuse like George Zimmerman used it, you just a punk who's scared to take his aggression out on a grown man. So the only person you can take it out on is a kid. That's how the young brother got killed. He ain't the first one. I use myself as a story. I remember when I was in high school, me and my friends were walking home from track practice. Mind you, what we were doing was a little silly. We were walking in the middle of the street, but it was a side street. So, rarely people come along. So if a car comes, you just move to the side. So this dude beeps his horn for us to move because we didn't see him because, of course, he's behind us. So we moved. He rolls down his window, talks crazy. But we wasn't gonna respond. So we told him, shut up. So he gets out of his car, gets a tire iron. What y'all gonna do? I'm like, I could see he was in his 30s, at least. What you need a tire iron for? I'm in my 30s now, and I can tell you right now, I'm not the biggest guy, but I know I'm not gonna be getting beat up by no teenager. I don't give a shit how big he is. I don't give a shit how intimidating people think he is. I'm stronger than him. I'm faster than him. I'm wiser than him. And I know what I'm doing. I'm not a punk. A grown man who's a punk using being a pussy to do something that I ain't man enough to do with a grown man. Like grown men who mess with young men like this are no different than men who beat women. They no different because they trying to oppose their will on somebody that ain't even a threat. These not people we're not talking about people breaking into your house because you was talking about people wearing hoodie or people who wear they're usually black who rob in a 7-Eleven. A 7-Eleven? A 7-Eleven. Who snatches an old lady purse? They wearing a hoodie. Really? Okay, look, Geraldo. Let me ask you a question. Larry Elder, let me ask you a question. George Zimmerman, let me ask you a question. I don't know, Frank Taffield, it doesn't count. Didn't Geraldo get punched in the face by a white dude? But he couldn't stand up for himself then, but he was grown. Punked out, right? Didn't George Zimmerman just murder a young black 17-year-old for walking down the street? But he straddled him after he shot him? Why? Because he's a punk, right? Doesn't Larry Elder talk all that big stuff, but he won't make himself, he won't sit down face to face with somebody and try to talk as reckless as he does. So you don't have those conversations in front of black people, especially grown men. Why? Deep down, he's a punk. They're no different from the race baiters, the Rush Limbaughs. They're no different from none of that. And this is the problem with these racist people. This is the whole United States problem. This is the issue with all this racism happening. Oh, excuse me, racist men, Uncle Toms, traitors, and turncoats have one simple thing in common. They feel inadequate as men. And they take that insecurity out on the only kind of male you can. One that's too young to have that grown strength to defend itself. That's why I say this all the time. What people say to teenagers and kids, they never say to adults. Not men. I wouldn't go out here as a black man. I don't like disrespecting people. I wouldn't go out here using racial slurs, and I don't do it anyways. But I wouldn't go out here using racial slurs on people and not expect to get in a fight. I wouldn't go out here calling women out their names and not expect them to try to slap me or call their boyfriend or brother or father to come handle that. I don't go out there. Why? Because I'm a grown man, and I know, for one, I don't want that kind of trouble in my life. And for two, if I'm bold, if I got the balls to do something like that, I got the balls to get knocked in the face. But see, these cats want to play the game, play a little girly game. So, I mean, no, I can't respect a man who's scared of a child. I can't respect a man who uses clothes as an excuse. I understand they have stereotypes. I understand when people see girls dressed a certain way, they think something. When people see boys dressed a certain way, they think something. I get all that. I get all that. But what I don't get is a grown man being scared of a teenager. What kind of man is you? That's it, man.